Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to the Table of K. I am your DM, Sean, here with my players once again. I'll be shameless for a few moments and do the whole... If you like our story, please feel free to like, subscribe, place any comments. And comments are, in particular, kind of an interesting thing in this stream because I welcome anybody to make suggestions or open content ideas for NPCs or other possibilities within the game. Because this game is not just created by me, but also by my players and our viewers, if we ever get any. Sorry, that was kind of a bad plug on my part.
That was a bit depressing, yeah.
I don't care. Honestly, we're recording this for our own posterity because we had so many stories from the last one that you don't really believe unless you had recorded. And even now, it's hard to believe some of the John Wick moments and such, as we put it. And it's always so much more fun to have actual D&D jokes if other people can be in on the joke. But anywho, so today Sky is going to be doing our review of last episode. So previously on Two Bards and a Noble.
Pretty much. Okay, so I have a hard time logging in Twitch, so I'm just gonna fix this. Anyway, what happened the last time was we woke up in the burrow and we moved from the original section we were in down further into it, and we ended up finding old human ruins with a table floating above a 150-foot drop, I believe. And around this table were preserved in crystal bodies.
A circular dais upon a stone tree, suspended 150 feet above a lagoon in an ancient chamber that actually wasn't human-made.
Alright.
But none of you made a high enough inspection check to know that part.
So we ended up breaking the crystals. Our friend here ended up getting a golden chest plate, which boosts his charisma.
Very charismatic goat.
Yeah, can't be charmed.
Goat man.
He can't be charmed
Yes,
at this
Sitter.
point. She ended up getting a sword. White marble, I believe. Ivory sword. And I ended up getting a bow that only my species can wield, along with her sword, only her species can wield. And a parchment. An old peace treaty that was never finished being signed.
So nothing important.
Well, who knows?
I feel like that would have been important.
I feel like that would have been important too. So as we made our way out, it took us about 4 or 5 days to get out of this cavern because we apparently were under a mountain. And when we got out, we started making our way to the Elven Woods. We stumbled upon this old hut with an older lady who let us stay... Orc lady, who let us stay in her son's abandoned home. Morning came, and there were 3 elves pointing arrows at our heads. And the only reason we are currently not dead is because her mother, is the elven princess, I should say, who married her father, I guess. But, so where we left off, we are on our way to the royal palace of the elves, and...
If I remember correctly, you had just gotten in the carriage.
Yep, and they're riding their skunk.
And the 2 of you were riding the skunk right behind.
Yep.
Punk
the skunk.
Yep.
We had to rename it for personal reasons.
OBKB. So yeah, you are still in that, right on the edge of the elven town, about ready to leave. Sam, you're the only one that collected crystals back in the cavern.
Both red and blue.
And I forgot to have you roll for how much you were collecting.
I'm sorry.
So, If you wouldn't mind, roll a D100 for me.
21.
21 small shards of blue crystal.
Ow.
And you're ready, roll again.
23.
23 shards of red crystal.
I feel like you're gonna have him roll again.
Okay.
D6.
4.
4 pouches of blue crystal dust. And a D20.
12.
12 pouches of red crystal dust. There's a lot more of that. This is just to see how many pouches he had on him to fill. Aren't you glad the satyr's a pack rat?
My backpack is bursting right now.
You could let me know and I'd keep it for you.
They're my
All right.
goodies.
So, let us begin. So as you mount up and you're all set to leave, the skunk is quite comfortable, very well brushed out. Still smells like skunk.
Can I cast prestidigitation on him?
Yes.
I do so.
And what do you...
Making him smell like
Vanilla.
Okay.
vanilla and strawberries.
A strong vanilla scent comes off of the skunk. Equally as strong as the pungent aroma of the skunk, but now very vanilla.
You're gonna give so many
And
people
sickly
headaches.
sweet.
You're gonna give so many people headaches.
Okay.
You can make them smell like lavender.
That would be better.
Tell me, it doesn't make it any less smelling, just transfers to smell to something else, right?
Yeah.
So even if we did lavender, he would still be like a lavender fountain.
It's a better smell than...
Well, then she can do it. Just
I'm in the cart. I didn't know what you did.
As you're sitting in the cart, which you have basically to yourself right now, okay, they are feeding the 2 large birds that are pulling the cart at the moment.
Like chocobos?
Yes.
Aww. I love chocobos. They're adorable.
I wonder
Yeah.
how the eggs...
Probably not that tasty. Kind of like ostrich, I'm guessing.
Did you enjoy your breakfast?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I never specified what kind of eggs.
True.
You haven't seen any chickens.
Fair point.
It's not that I remember pointing out. But I don't think anyone asked anyway. But anywho, so as they are about to get underway, okay, you look out front. Everyone make a perception check. See who actually notices this happen.
17.
8.
16.
Okay, so you're busy kind of getting situated on the fuzz. Okay, but the two of you, as you look forward and see the carriage just about to hit the birds to get going, okay, where there was no one there before, all of a sudden is standing a halfling.
A what?
Halfling.
Halfling.
They're like hobbits.
Okay.
Yeah, about 4.5 foot tall, wearing bright blue robes with a pointy hat. Who then quickly waddles over to one of the... Well, you can't see a lot of detail because he's all in this cloaked figure. You just see like this pointy hat bobbing back and forth and bouncing over because you're behind the cart anyway, you said. Who starts talking to one of the elves.
Punk.
And
Is the cart closed or open?
you can make a perception check, DC 15, to be able to hear the conversation.
No. 6.
Yeah, you can't make out what they're saying.
Nor do I want to. I'm not going to eavesdrop. It's rude.
And neither can either of you because you're too far away. But a few minutes pass. The guy on top of the cart ends up getting down. There's a slight knock on your door.
I open the door.
My apologies, but we shall not be making the trek today. You and your party can feel free to return to the inn, but we shall have to wait 2 days. I'll be into the inn in about a half hour to speak with you.
Oh.
If you would not mind, please.
Okay. I'm gonna get out of the cart and motion these two. There's
As
a delay.
she starts getting out of the cart,
Him and I
The
are already on
elves
the skunk.
all
So,
go off into the woods and start talking with the halfling.
I'm gonna look at you two. There's a 2-day delay. Something must have happened. We're staying at the inn. The halfling will be in shortly to talk to us.
Alright. I hop off Punk and start taking his reins to take him back to the stable that he was at before.
Okay. And what are you two doing?
I'm going back in as well.
To the
just
tavern?
following him.
Okay. So you get back to the tavern. Nobody there. Outside that you see.
Oh.
Normal people walking around,
Yeah.
but when you get to the stable, the stable's empty. Okay? There's only like 2 stable stalls anyway, because it's a small tavern stable, but there's no one there. So you leave the skunk there.
Yep.
And fresh hay, I take it.
Yep.
You go in, the bartender is behind the bar, kind of looks at you all weird as you come in. A few minutes later, Heather, the barmaid, comes out. What can I get you folks? And what happened?
Apparently there's a 2-day delay. We don't know quite yet.
That's odd. But what can I get you?
I'll take some sweet juice.
Juice?
Ale?
You got it.
Made place.
All right. Comes back a few minutes later. And so, do you guys want to do anything while you sit there?
Just wait.
Wait and drink.
It's that was a kind of odd encounter. Oh.
I didn't see the halfling.
Wearing completely blue robes and a blue hat.
Oh, you would have seen the halfling when
Oh, and
She got
walked
out.
over. Yeah.
and stuff, but you didn't see him just appear
Magically
where he
appear.
wasn't there before.
Something must have happened. There must have been an animal stampede or something.
Well,
It's
there's no use
possible.
worrying about it. Unfortunately, we're stuck here and watch until we leave, so nothing to worry about. I start drinking whiskey too.
Let's just hope that they don't throw us under the bus and claim the reward that there's probably on her.
If they wanted to do that, they would have done that when we were in the house.
Okay.
Don't worry, lass. None of us are going to claim any type of reward here, especially from those dirty mongrels down south. And you might want to learn to talk a little bit quieter in public, especially when you're talking about stuff that might get you in a little bit of trouble, dear.
I wasn't speaking up. I was just speaking.
He was
up.
speaking now.
You're still in a tavern.
Unless you state that you were whispering or letting it be known that you're whispering, you're talking at regular voice level.
Okay.
So, no, she was just being nice and warning you.
I thank her and tell her I'll be more cautious.
So, another half hour passes. Nobody shows up. 45 minutes have gone by. After you've been sitting there for about an hour, do you still sit there?
I'm gonna get up and stretch.
Okay. You leaving the tavern at all, or
Yeah, I'm gonna go wait out front.
as you walk out front, the street's empty.
What time of day is it?
About noon.
Like completely empty.
That's
That's
weird.
not good.
Except for a guard at each end of the street.
But that's not.
Is the bartender still behind the bar?
Yeah.
I grab her and drag her back in.
I grab her and drag her back in.
I don't know if you
Didn't
can.
even move from my
Yeah.
feet.
Oh, okay.
So,
I thought
so
you
once
called
we're in,
us.
well,
So you see him, the satyr, dragging her back in.
yeah, my little
Just
3-foot ass is
by the
furry
clothes.
ass is dragging her. I come in and call out to you. The streets are empty. I go to the bartender. Is it normal for noon on high noon day for there to be no one in the street like this?
And guard.
He looks out the window. No, that's a bit odd.
All right, so my action's completely reasonable for the moment. Are you aware of a possibly smaller gentleman with a blue cloak and a pointy hat? Is that someone that you're aware of? The thing started when he showed up, if we're not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean Rondi?
I'm afraid I don't have a name to match the appearance, but he's a...
Halfling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Blue
Blue.
pointy hat,
Yeah.
big cloak,
Yes.
bounces around a lot.
Yes.
yes, that appears to be the description. Do you know who that is?
Oh yeah, he works for the palace.
Okay.
Maybe the
Which
palace
palace?
is coming to us.
Your mother's, or grandmother's, I should say.
He gave me a heart attack at
Breathe.
first.
Sorry.
Is there any?
It's hard to call her a grandmother.
They don't probably look it. Is there any chance that there'd be a reason why the streets would be cleared?
Not that I've been made aware of, sir. I wouldn't worry too much about it. You are honored guests.
I take a look out the window. Can I make a perception check for anything out of place, out of the blue, out of the weird?
Sure.
10 total. 11, my bad.
It's odd that the stalls that are out there in the marketplace bit kind of thing that you can see aren't cleaned up. Okay, everything was just left basically as it was. Animals are still tied up outside, walking around, just no people. All the doors are closed. There's a guard at each end of the street.
Should we stay inside or go out? That's the question.
We should try to find it.
And, well, I'm sorry, what was your total roll again?
We're
11.
in danger.
Make an Arcana roll.
I don't think we're in danger.
Okay. 4.
Can
Okay.
I assist?
I don't even know why I'm rolling.
Can I do an Arcana roll as well?
You're looking to see what he sees?
Yeah.
Okay. I will let one Arcana roll happen.
Okay. No. I rolled a 3 plus my 5. No.
So,
You guys doing anything, or are you waiting a little while longer?
This is gonna sound weird, but can I try, can I just look out the window and, try, insight checking why everything's like that? Like, if the things were,
Insight
people were hurried.
would
Signs of a
be,
struggle?
you'd have to see somebody.
Yeah.
Who would you... Insight is like looking at a person
Okay, then
or a creature and getting a
Can I look
feeling.
at a guard?
She wants to.
Okay, so you want to get an insight check on a guard?
Yeah.
Sure.
Not bad.
That's a smart move.
are they panicked, worried, concerned?
18.
18?
Mhm.
Can you come here a sec?
Oh no.
Well, it's up to you if you're going to share it or not. Yeah, be careful, because that's the camera's not acting right.
Whisper, 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 whisper.
So, I think our best bet would be to go talk to a guard. I can persuade them.
Well, let's see if she decides to share what she just found out or not.
The guard that I looked at, he seems very calm. He's holding this thing, and keeps watching the sky.
Can I roll wisdom or intelligence check to see if I would understand what her definition is?
What would be the best role for that? Let me see.
Yeah, maybe nature or survival. History, maybe?
The barmaid.
Make a religion check.
Religion, okay.
Can anyone here, aside from, as far as I know, the barmaid?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Dirty 20.
The type of glyph you have seen at the High Church before, and it's a defensive glyph to keep out evil.
Oh, fuck, they're on defense. I want to whisper that, just like, oh, fuck, they're on defense. Best we stay inside.
And what were you saying about the barmaid?
Is she around?
No, you haven't seen her for at least the last 20 minutes.
She can probably cast
just-
detect magic.
It's just you guys in the bar keep.
Alright. So we should stay undercover for the time being. It looks
Yeah,
like there's an attack of something.
Like maybe those giant bird riding people, possibly?
Well, that would be an invasion by a foreign country in their minds.
To
Fair
see,
point.
if he might.
An insight on the barkeep? Go for it.
Not 20.
Okay.
I don't know if I see anything.
The barkeep is like an open book.
Yeah.
Okay? He is extremely relaxed, perfectly comfortable with where he is, doesn't seem to have any fear or otherwise apprehension towards what you guys are talking about or what's been going on. Okay? He's not even looking around to any huge extent. He's just kind of behind the bar cleaning up some glasses and doing some busy work. He seems like a very kind, jovial man. Okay? With that type of an insight check, you can see quite a bit about him. He doesn't seem to worry about much. And he also seems to be quite intelligent. Okay, you can see that he definitely has a decent amount of education, probably more than you would expect a barkeep to have.
Suspicious.
Well, usually barkeeps are usually relatively simple people. Okay, this person looks like he's read probably more than you have. Actually, definitely more than you have.
Yeah.
Me trying to get you to read shit, you.
Here's a
But
piece of
possibly
candy.
more than the Skeksis has.
Bam.
Elf?
Human,
Human.
Yeah.
Both him and the barmaid are.
late Middle Ages.
I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna take a seat at the bar.
What can I get you, miss?
Curious question.
Hi.
Do you know any other languages, by any chance?
Okay. Do you speak Abyssal?
I do.
I speak deep speech.
I do.
Okay. You hear him say in Abyssal, well, I can speak Abyssal. Then you hear him say, does anyone speak Fae?
No.
I only speak orc or elf.
I have Elvish.
In a language you don't understand, it sounds very musical and like it's almost not naturally coming out of his mouth. Okay. You hear him say some other words you don't understand. Any of you speak Celestial?
Nope.
Okay. Then he says something else that sounds very musical and almost awe-inspiring.
I'm gonna talk to him. Do you know how to read other languages?
A few.
I'm gonna pull out that old journal I found
Okay.
and let him take a peek. Found this.
Never seen anything like that.
Good
Alright.
try, though.
Thank
Are you
for...
flipping through the pages?
Yeah.
That's an arcane.
I know some of these have arcane symbols in them. Can't read them though.
That's a complicated one.
Could you teach me how to read?
No,
No.
I can't read this. But it definitely looks familiar.
Alright. Thank you for your time.
Actually, let me just double check something. Oh. Yeah. Well, I recognize some of the imagery on this one.
Could you tell me what you recognize?
It looks like a conjuration for deciphering.
Can I roll to see if I see what he sees? Would that be...
That would be an Arcana check.
Okay. Dirty 20. No, wait. 23.
Okay. So you're looking at it and you can see, yeah, it does seem to make sense that it's something for deciphering, but it's not a spell you've ever seen before or tried before. It looks like it does have some somatic components, and the symbols that it's showing looks like it would require a piece of crystal or glass that you could see through.
I know he has crystals, right?
You watched him pick up the blue and red ones.
Oh, crystal. Just one. I don't need a decent sized one.
I toss her a shot of red crystal.
Red crystal?
Yep.
Okay. You gonna try it?
Yeah.
Alright, make a Arcana check.
$23.
The crystal glows for a moment. Nothing else happens.
I'm gonna look into the crystal.
Okay? It looks just like when you picked it up from him.
So I failed.
No. You cast the spell, it just doesn't seem to work.
I'm gonna put the crystal over the words.
Barkeep kind of looks over. What are you doing with one of those? I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
What is it?
Well, it's a bloodstone.
We've seen that he's in his like 30s, right?
40s.
40s. Where did you see a stone like that?
It was about 20 years ago or so when the Skeksis came through.
Skeksis are to the east, right?
Aye.
We're going east after this.
If that is okay with the both of you.
We need to make sure that we get to another direction before we worry about going said other direction. I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the stone like over the like words.
Over the words?
Yeah, and kind of like see if it.
Oh no.
The stone shatters into dust and dissipates between your hands. Your fingers.
Is the book ruined?
No.
Not strong enough, maybe.
Could I? Is there a glass at the bar?
There's many glasses at the bar.
I asked the barkeep if he'd mind if I borrow a glass from him for a moment.
You trying to do that spell?
Yeah, kinda.
And you don't want a glass like this. Hold on. Goes out back, comes back a moment later, and hands you a little crystal circle.
I'll take it.
Okay? It's a magnifying glass. That'll be 15 gold.
I give it to him.
Okay, I could have done it, but okay.
This is a nifty trick for the future.
And I'm gonna try the same spell. Arcana check, right?
Yep.
Twelve.
The crystal begins to glow for a moment,
And then stops.
and as you look through it towards the book, you can see a bunch of the magical symbols that you saw and understood because of your Arcana check become clearer, and you can see for sure that, yeah, you had the right idea on the spell. And the parts that you guessed on were correct.
Can I write the spell down now? Now that I kind of understand how it works?
You're pretty sure it's a read languages spell, okay, but you haven't quite mastered it down to get it right yet.
Okay.
It doesn't fully work.
Can I try again in a little bit? Or now?
Go for it.
$17.
Yep. You can read the arcane symbols perfectly now.
What about the language?
No. But you do see that the language itself is a magical text.
Interesting.
Because all of a sudden all the symbols, instead of looking like black ink on the page like they were before, glow in a kind of a reddish purpley color.
Interesting. But I can read the runes, right?
Yep.
So I now have...
Read languages as a cantrip.
It's a cantrip.
Okay. But as a cantrip, it does take a full minute to cast.
Okay.
So it's not
Can I
something
look
you
at the other runes, see if there are any other spells? Because I know I got the mending one, but there are more.
Right. Well, as you finish casting that and start getting excited about it, okay, the door opens.
Oh no.
I'm gonna put the...
And in walks two of the elves.
I'm gonna put the magnifying glass away.
No blue cloak?
Nope.
I'm gonna put the magnifying glass away.
It's over. I deeply apologize for making you wait so long. We had to make some additional arrangements.
Okay.
Barkeep, if you'd please excuse us for a moment. Not a problem, sir. Walks out and back. Okay. Elves come over. kind of call you over to where the other two are sitting over.
I'll go over.
Huh? We deeply apologize, but we're going to have to delay your transport at this time for approximately 2 days. If you could please wait here in the building for at least the next couple of hours, it would be very much appreciated. Or at least in town. Currently we have a shield of protection over the town to obscure it from outside forces because we've had some guests come into our kingdom from down south, and it's been made to our awareness that we're not to let anyone know that you're here currently. So if there is a problem with this, we can of course bring it to the attention of the necessary people, but
We
if
would
you
like to stay hidden.
We'd like to stay here, please.
you don't mind,
No.
fantastic. Then you're free to walk around the town as much as you wish. Please stay out of the main street. It's the only area that may not be completely concealed at this time. Other than that, is there anything that we can get you or help you out with while you wait?
Can I cast Bardic Inspiration on myself?
Yes.
+3. Using Persuasion, can I ask him what would possibly require the shield of protection?
You didn't even need to persuade him.
I was just being cautious.
Okay. Oh, not at all. We had some bird riders come over the border territory with seals that allow them passage, who are currently on their way to the kingdom. And according to the Queen's envoy, we are to obscure your presence here. I'm not sure. Is there some type of... There might be some issue with you guys down south, or that they don't want you... I don't know. That's far beyond my pay grade at this point. But that's the information that I have currently.
Thank you.
And as our honored guest, we are more than happy to protect you. Currently from the sky, it looks nothing like there's a village here.
Agreeable.
Thank you for the heads up.
So are the shops still open?
We can't
Yes.
go out in the street.
Yes, just stay
Shops-
off Main Street.
Yeah, so kind of stick to the buildings and the back of the buildings. Just don't go in the main street.
Like,
Main
it's
Street is the most open area of this town.
Yeah. So travel by the back of the buildings or...
Yeah, like out back where your skunk is parked.
Yeah.
It's not wrong. What was the name that the guy called the Blue Cloak halfling?
Rodney.
Rodney.
R-O-D-N-I. Which I should add to my own notes because I forgot to name him when I made him up previously.
I don't know why, but...
He doesn't sit well with you, does he?
Let me put it to you this way. My character's a satyr, a fey creature that's trapped in a hunting plane that hunt creatures for everything. This place is weird. This place is creepy.
You're on edge.
At least in
You're on edge.
Foxfield, I'm not worried. I'm worried about
You're
everyone
on
stabbing
edge.
me.
Just admit it, you're on edge.
Yeah. That and the fact of me and you are expendable. She has value. So,
Hey, even I have value.
not to them.
Yeah,
That's
not the
that's-
Foxfield right now, but
Or the elves. They have knowledge. They have magic. We have nothing to offer. That's not a secret. But, however, I mean, I don't think that the South will go to war with the North over this, or the East, but
they're keeping us hidden. So there is no war.
Possibly.
well, and the other problem is too. I don't trust your grandmother not to sacrifice us in the name of war. That's the key thing, which I don't fault her for.
I wouldn't falter for it either.
No, but that doesn't mean I like it. Not when I'm the casualty.
Alright, so what do you guys want to do?
I'm
You
gonna.
start drinking whiskey.
Yeah, I'm basically,
From your flask?
Yeah.
we're protected. I'm not really feeling like we're in danger. I'm gonna get a wine. I'm gonna ask the barkeep for some wine.
Barkeep comes back out from the back. It's okay for me to be out here now, I take it.
Nowhere else.
Guards nod him over and go to the door. And he gets you a glass of wine.
Let's drink it slowly.
Alright. And you said you wanted to inspect your the next spell in the spell book
Yes.
you saw?
Yes.
Okay.
So I gotta roll for it?
Yep.
I'm adding my Arcana.
Yep.
24.
You have never seen a spell like this before. Okay? Even using read languages on it, a couple of the runes are, you can't understand what they are.
Obviously.
You have a pretty good idea that one of them appears to be earth or dirt of something. The next one appears to be a piece of fur or hair of some creature, is what you're able to get from it. And it also looks like an eye.
Oh, the spell I already
Oh,
have.
actually, no, I apologize. I started reading the wrong part.
I was wondering, I already have that one.
Yeah. So, yeah, you recognize that one, but that was a previous page. And so, sorry. It is same exact like I was saying before, except for the items. It looks like it requires a feather.
Just a single feather?
Yep. And you cannot make sense of what it does yet. But it's more than a cantrip. It's a full spell.
I'm covered in feathers, right?
You have some feathers.
If this is
You said
some spells, you wouldn't want to cast it on yourself.
Look at feather.
But do you know the effect of the spell?
Fair point.
You gonna try it?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna say most sorcerers, at least spellcast, building spells,
Hold on.
would not want to take that
Would my
risk.
scribe stools have different feathers for quills?
Yeah, they're all goose feathers though.
Feather's still a feather.
Okay.
I'm gonna take one of those out.
Alright.
And I'm gonna.
Try casting the spell?
Before I do so, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna look at the barkeep. I'm sorry if this does any damage.
Well, don't worry, we'll charge the appropriate people for it.
And I'm gonna try the spell.
I hide behind a table.
Okay.
in the corner.
Make an Arcana check.
$23.
Okay. The feather evaporates in your hand.
Did
Nothing else happens.
Did I fail?
Yes.
Oh, damn. I'll try it later.
The feather was destroyed and could not handle the magical energy.
So, I succeeded, but too much.
Make
Overestimated
an Arcana
attempts.
check if you want to try and figure out what went wrong.
17.
You've seen this happen before if you use the wrong spell component,
Okay, so
or if the spell component's not high enough quality.
Okay, so I got a bad feather, basically.
Yeah. And you've used one level 1 spell for the day.
Damn, okay. So I'm only down to 1.
Hi, what do you want to do?
I don't know. The clothing shop, is that on the other side of the main street? Or is that like on the same side that we're at?
The item shop, the basic general store, was directly across the street. On the same side of the road of you appears to be the blacksmith shop, the stable,
I'm hearing car thunder.
a
Could be either.
alchemist
shop,
But no clothing.
and a tailor.
Taylor.
Can I go to the tailor's shop, but like try to be like
Through the back?
Yep.
Okay. You go out the back, you take a left out the door, you walk a couple of doors down. The tailor shop window is wide open, and you can see an elf through the window who appears to be working at a loom
gonna peek into the
on the
window.
other side of the window.
Hi.
Greetings, young miss. What can I help you out with?
Do you sell cloaks here, or
I?
can I buy like 3 cloaks from you? Like one for a child, and one for.
Come on in, dear.
I don't really think we need cloaks. I have my cloak, which fits.
I do
fine.
need a cloak, so I'm going.
I thought you had a fox fur cloak.
Yeah.
Oh,
Honestly,
A
I'm
wolf
wearing a
cloak.
yeah, but it's not big enough to fully cover my character.
Well, that dire wolf cloak is. We went through that
I'm
conversation.
still getting 1 too. stitched
I could
into
use
it.
one, not gonna lie.
I'll get him one too.
If he needs one,
Okay.
Well, I'm only wearing gold breastplate. It stand out.
No, you have the badger fur cloak.
But you said I couldn't wear them together.
I left the cloak on. You're still getting the armor bonus of that. You had badger fur armor.
Oh.
Sky, it's fine. You don't.
Oh, I thought I was literally just walking around with a gold breastplate. I'm like, I'm gonna be shiny.
No. Okay, you had badger, like leather armor, only it was made out of badger hide.
Okay.
Okay, and you had the badger fur cloak.
Gotcha. So I
Okay.
still have the cloak of the badger. I'm just not wearing the badger armor. Gotcha.
Exactly.
Okay, because I thought I wasn't wearing the badger armor anymore. I'm wearing a gold breastplate. I shy.
Yeah, once the armor shrunk down, you had to remove your badger armor in order
Yeah.
to wear it. That's why I asked you if you wanted to go back to the badger armor or the gold plate armor.
Yeah, but that charm. that covers my bonus. Perfect for me. And my little Wukong spear.
Alright, so you go in, and you see that the lady at the loom is elven, relatively young
Yeah.
for an elf. And you see her working at a loom with very, very fine thread. Most of the items that you're seeing in here, you're used to furs, coarse burlap type cloth, rough cloths. Okay? These are the softest cloths you've ever felt. Okay? The cloth itself feels softer than a newborn baby. Softer than the softest fur.
What did she do to these to make them so soft?
And it seems incredibly strong. And another thing that you look at is a very tightly woven soft fabric, once again like you've never seen before, because you guys haven't even really seen cotton. You have like canvas and burlap.
What's cotton? I've never heard of this plant.
Okay? And you're still in the tavern.
Yeah.
What are you two doing in the tavern? Just drinking?
Drinking. I'm having wine. I'm not trying to get drunk, but
I kind of am.
All right. And you have one more spell that you see in the book too, by the way.
I'm gonna be done for the day.
Do you have any black cloaks?
Sure. Are you looking for wool, fur? Yeah, you've heard of wool, but it was too expensive to ever buy in your area,
I think
especially
most-
since you're just going with fur anyway. And we have spider silk.
What?
Spider silk. She shows you a piece of fabric that's super soft, lightweight one.
Mhm.
Spider silk.
I've never heard of this.
You poor thing. You can now notice that she's wearing a full dress made out of that silk.
I will resist the urge. Okay.
You can always ask how much it is.
It's not that. Okay. How many of these do you have? And do they keep you warm?
They're not the warmest, but they're very strong and they're fireproof.
Okay. So, how much is it for one?
Well, what are you looking for?
I'm looking.
It depends on the article of clothing.
I'm looking for cloaks. One for a child that's like.
Spider silk is
10.
not the best cloak. If you want a spider silk lined one, okay, that we can do. But I much more recommend a wool cloak. It is waterproof. It's much warmer. Okay, and it's also fire resistant.
Okay. Can I get 2 black wool cloaks?
With or without spider silk lining?
With.
Okay, what color spider silk lining do you want on them? Because I have ones that would match your description with green, blue,
Green.
red, and purple.
Green.
Both green?
Yes.
Okay.
What other colors do you have? Green and.
Red, blue, purple.
Doesn't matter. It's a cloak.
Can you have the one for the kid be blue?
On the kids, we also have a yellow and a silver.
Yellow. You have it yellow.
Silver was an option? You went yellow? Really?
You notice that the silver is actually shiny.
It'll match with your golden chest plate.
Just a point.
Do you guys a point? Yeah, I have no argument to that.
So the yellow?
Yeah.
Okay. So those will be 25 gold each.
Holy shit! That's actually not that expensive.
I'll give you a deal because we know who you are.
Yeah,
The
royalty.
adult is usually 50.
You don't want to ask her about the things going on outside of the front door?
Do you know what's going on outside?
Oh, it's an illusion spell in order to obscure the town. It happens quite often we get visitors from down south and other places because they're usually pretty warlike and we don't want to get bombed.
That's completely understandable. I do not like the south.
Yeah, and apparently you're not supposed to be here, so you're not here right now.
Yeah.
Anything else I can help you with?
Ooh,
New boots, gloves, clothing, pants, shirt.
because your pants are torn up, remember?
Yeah.
But you've done that on purpose, haven't you?
No, they were just ripped all to shreds. She just decided to cut it off right where there wasn't any more
Yep,
rips.
and they're all fine leather. She does have a few leatherwork goods, but they are the poorest, crappiest leatherwork you've ever seen.
You probably make it yourself better.
Yeah. Do you have any leather, like, yards? Yards of leather? That makes sense.
Not really. We do not have any skins for sale. We don't do much leatherworking here.
And just the cloaks.
Okay.
I hand her
These are
the
good.
50?
Ocean State Job Lot. Yep.
Okay, I hand her the 50. Done.
Alright. Well, you need a new bag too? Your bag looks pretty small and beat up.
I could.
And she's looking at your bag, your ratty bedroll, your crappy tent.
And that's
If
why
I
me and
had-
him have better bedrolls and tents.
You don't have bedrolls or tent yet.
He bought us some.
I do.
Oh yeah, you
And
bought
he got,
basic canvas.
Yep.
yeah, and he got
I would
a bedroll and
I
tent
would
for me
need
too.
one that doesn't cost too much because I need to save on some of my money.
Well, I have a haversack here if you want. I got one here I can give you for 5 gold. Okay, and she shows you one that's made out of a nice durable fabric that you don't completely recognize.
How big?
It's a gym bag, basically. Like a mail carrier type bag, only
Really big.
like a gym bag, literally. Okay, only instead of it being round, it's kind of oval. And then she shows you another one that is a backpack slightly larger than yours, made out of that silk. And that would be 7 gold.
I'm gonna point to the backpack. Do you have that one in a black? Or
I can by the end of the day.
how much would that be?
7 gold.
How much would the 7 gold?
Yeah. And you want it set up like your backpack too, to hold the bedroll and all your other gear?
If you can, could you put as many like pockets or compartments in it so I could fit more stuff in there?
Sure, I can add a few. How many pockets you want? I can probably fit at least a dozen on there.
Do that.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, that should be ready by tonight.
Okay. Is it still 7 gold or does it charge
Yeah.
more for pockets? Okay.
No,
I'd
you're
like to make sure.
you're a
No,
honored guest.
Want some wolf jerky? Dire wolf jerky?
Never had that. Sure.
I'm gonna pull out 2 pieces, hand her one.
Takes a bite. It's interesting. Puts
Yeah,
it down on the counter.
I'm sorry, it's not the greatest job. I'm not
probably
really good at
vegetarian.
this.
They're elves. They're vegetarians.
Most of them are.
I try to be nice. I want to.
Now, if you offered her tofu jerky, she'd be ecstatic for that shit.
Fuck tofu.
I agree.
So, and you guys are just getting drunk at the bar?
Not trying to. I'm drinking slowly.
I go to the bartender
I'm
and I
having
pull out
fun.
some of those shards and I see if he wants them for value.
I'm not dealing with those, sir. Those are very rare, though. You might want to go talk to the. Start remembering my own names.
It is a new campaign.
You might want to go talk to Caliban over at the blacksmith.
So I already have the cloaks though, right? Or do I need to wait for those for later in the night?
You have the cloaks.
Okay.
So if you're giving one to him, when you get back, you can hand it off to him. You going back to the bar?
Mhm.
Okay.
I leave out the back to go to the blacksmith.
So I'll come back and like.
As you come out the back
hours.
door, you see him coming out the back door as you come up to the tavern.
I throw the cloak at him. His cloak.
You get
Not 20, I catch it midair.
it's
Sorry.
super lightweight and soft.
Ooh,
So soft.
put it on.
So warm. And soft.
I go trudging by you.
And what are you
waiting.
doing?
Me? Still sitting at the bar, just
Drinking?
drinking.
It's
Okay.
really durable.
Spending
Apparently
time, you know,
it's waterproof and it's fireproof. For the most part.
Cool. I'm headed to
You
Caliban.
can add that to your... So are you following him or are you going back in the bar fee?
I'm gonna go back in the bar.
Okay. So you go back in the bar with her. All right, so you're going over to the blacksmith?
Yep.
All right. So you see the blacksmith is split up into what looks to be 3 sections of one large building.
Okay.
Okay. The first section looks to be a classic blacksmith forge, a bunch of metal work outside on the side of it. It looks like there's a front storefront. The back door opens directly into the forge area.
Yep.
And as you look through, you can see a little bit in towards the front area. And you see a grizzled, quite old, white-haired dwarf in a leather apron and not much of anything else, hammering away at some iron at the forge.
Okay. Can I go to the door and knock?
He looks over at you. The door's wide open.
Oh. I'm acknowledging my presence. I walk in.
He nods, goes
I
back
nod.
to his work.
I pull out a couple of those crystals and I walk over to show him. One red, one blue.
Out front. Goes back to work.
I had fun.
Okay. You go out front. As soon as you walk through the doorway, this rotund, red-faced dwarf bounces right up to you. Wow, good morning, and good afternoon to you as well. Would you like some tea? Would you like some crumpets? Would you like some of my special mead? I got some muffins here too. How can I help you today, sir?
Yeah, talk about special.
I show him my hand, one of the red and blue shards.
Those are gorgeous and very rare. Not this office, but I'm afraid you'll have to go to my son's office next door. But would you like some muffins or some mead or anything special?
Take a muffin just to do
They're
it.
freshly baked.
I'll take a muffin.
It's a fine berry muffin with an honey glaze.
Excellent. Give him my compliments.
Still warm.
Bam.
Whoa. Now you're making me want muffins, dude. Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
And you notice at this point, as she's handing them to you, that the forge is connected up to an oven in the front that she's baking snacks and selling at. And this whole place is filled with finely crafted and engraved armor and weapons.
Wow. It's like an IKEA weapon shop
Pretty much.
where they feed you Swedish meatballs.
And then there's another wall that's all tools.
Okay.
Here would be
After I
sharpening
give my
stone.
compliments for the muffin, I head to the brother's office.
Is there anything I can get you, sir, before you go?
I believe that'll be all. Thank you.
All right,
Hey,
you can
polite.
use the door right in the front here, on the side here, and it goes right over his next door.
I follow instructions.
All right. So you go through the doorway, and do you guys want to do anything while you're sitting there?
Can I go sit at a table that is like clear and
They're all
work?
clear.
We're the only ones there.
I'll just go to a table, and since the stitching on my wolf one is a bit shitty, I'm gonna work on that.
You're gonna start working on it. All right, the barkeep. Is there anything I can help you out with? Do you need anything for that?
I need a needle and thread.
I'd be glad to get you that. Anything else, ma'am?
No, don't. Well, water. That would be good.
All right. Okay. A few moments later, he comes back with everything you asked for, and he's watching you very carefully as you're doing it.
Why?
He's fascinated.
Okay. Okay.
He's never seen someone work with leather like that before.
Do I need to make a performance check?
See, what is this?
Performance
Yeah.
agility?
Performance. That works.
7.
Okay. You're able to clean up the edges a bit. The needle that he gives you is weak. It's a bone needle that's not very sharp, and it's horrifically difficult to push it through.
I'm gonna look at him.
Okay. After you break the needle, shortly thereafter, you switch over to your personal leatherworking needles, which are actually made of metal.
I forgot I had those. I'll use those.
Because you have a leatherworking kit.
Can I rethread that and just try again?
Yep.
That's better. 17?
Right, and are you trying to customize your cloak?
I'm just trying to make sure that the head from the wolf is firmly connected with the rest of the body.
Okay. With a roll like that, you make it pretty much seamless. Unless you really knew what you were doing, you would never be able to tell that they were separated.
Okay.
All right. So she's working on the cloak. You're just chilling.
Drinking and chilling.
Okay.
Passing time.
So you walk in. Oh, well, hello there, big and furry. How can I help you today?
Kinky!
And you notice that it's covered in brightly colored silks and very shiny, gaudy ornamentation of all types. It is a bling paradise. And you see behind the counter what I can only describe as Elton John in his heyday as a dwarf. Covered in shiny baubles and gems and crystals and gold and silver.
Okay then. I approach the desk with Elton John. His name will forever be Elton John now.
Nope, it's Paladin.
Well, I just like Elton John. I walk up to the desk. You be Caliban, sir.
Hi, and what can I do for you?
I take the shards of red and blue crystals out of the bag and put them on the counter.
breastplate.
I do too. How much could you get me for all this? And I show the red and blue crystals.
Wow. Where'd you get these?
Somewhere.
I'm just
These are
interested.
rare.
I appreciate that. I'm good at finding things.
Well, the red crystals, yeah, I can purchase those off of you. That's what I get for writing this up in a hurry. So I can offer you 50 gold per shard of the red.
Okay, I sell them 15 shards of that, and then I ask about the powder.
And I'll give you 25 gold for the per pouch of the powder.
So I'll give 6 pouches of powder.
And the blue, are you sure you want to sell this?
Why do you ask? I mean, I don't know much about this material, I'm afraid.
You don't know what you have?
I just got it.
Well, the red crystal I just bought all of your stock of is demon blood. It's great for negating magic, and it's used for blood magic, as well as for anti-magic protections.
We don't need it. We gotta have.
Yeah.
No,
And the
no,
blue
you don't have
crystals
demon
are
energy.
holy star shards.
Don't sell the blue ones.
Those are super rare. I'll give you 100 gold for each shard, or a pouch of dust.
I'll give you 5 shards worth of the blue crystal if that's agreeable.
Sure?
So that's...
We still keep how
He
many?
gladly, with a big smile, hands over the gold.
I only get 5 shards of the blue crystal. So I have 7 red shards left, 6 pouches of red dust, 4 pouches of blue dust, and 16 shards of blue. I'm just letting you know the numbers.
I'll be able to make some beautiful things with this. Is there anything I can interest you in, sir?
I look around.
Adornment for those wondrous horns?
I neigh.
I can make some beautiful caps for him.
I ask him what's his view of the South.
Dirty people. I do most of my business with the West.
What's there? I heard it was a land of fire, if I'm not mistaken. Is that the place?
No, the East is fire.
East of the fire. Oh yeah, your people.
Past that.
What's in the West?
I don't know. The merchants just come and take it out West. I don't ask. But apparently they love my stuff here.
I look around. It's a beautiful collection.
I know, isn't it?
So... Okay, now I have to add how much. So that was $7.50 for the blue crystal.
Is there anything I can interest you in today? You have rings and pendants, some of which are special. So special.
500. I asked him about any rings that would help with my charisma.
Yes. And he brings over a gaudy golden ring that has what looks to be 3 very finely cut gems on it. And shows it to you.
Anything special about this ring, Caliban?
Hi. You want to be charismatic? No one will be able to take their eyes off you with this on.
It's not what we're going
Just for some reason, if it was someone else saying that, it would sound a lot less creepy for some reason.
That and we want to stay hidden. We're trying to hide.
I get, calm down. Yep, I tell him maybe another time, and then I take my money.
Oh, does that mean make anything custom for you with your crystals there?
Trying to think if there's anything custom that I would use. I've never even been in combat.
Well, this is jewelry. It's not really combat necessarily.
Can I make a perception check to see if there's anything that calls to me? Anything ethnically based? Anything... I don't know. I'm just trying to spitball here.
Okay. Make a roll.
5.
Everything is lost in a sea of shiny twinkle.
That sounds like a GTFO moment, right? So I take my money and I run. Quietly.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
I nod enthusiastically and then move a little faster out the back door.
Cute fuzzy bottom.
Yep.
Too far.
Back to the tavern.
Too far. Too far.
What? I have an excellent fuzzy bottom. What makes up my fuzzy bottom? My little 3-foot ass, horned, bearded ass, basically saying, "What? I have a sexy
I'm gonna pull out my hurdy-gurdy.
ass."
Okay.
Player for the masses.
No.
Barkeep.
All
I'm just gonna play it to pass time.
All right, so you're playing your hurdy-gurdy. You're
I'm
working
gonna
on your
roll
cloak
for
and
it?
cleaning it up, right? And you're heading back to the tavern.
Yep.
All right, so we are at our hour mark. So I am going to say let's take a break at this point here. All right. And let's see.
And I have money now.
Ah, yes.
1,200 gold. Cool.
Still
So
not
you're
an
the
endless amount
treasurer
of
of
money
the
in a money
group?
pouch.
Hmm?
Still not an endless amount of money in a money pouch.
I mean, honestly, how
We'll
much?
get there.
We haven't needed it. We don't need it.
I want to go say hi to my dad.
Are you? We no longer recording.
No, we're still recording right now. I was just updating something before I switch it over and realized that I messed part of it up because I'm a moron, and it happens. Oh, no, I didn't mess it up. I'm just being overly picky. All right, so we'll be back in about 20 minutes.